Hey guys, sorry this light again with the time change, just a few minutes and that'll go away. So we just kind of got to be a little patient with that silly sun coming through. How you guys doing? I've got you in a little different position here tonight. Still trying some things, but yeah, that light blinds me too. So hey, I see Shirley and Edie and Shayna. And Shayna, happy birthday. I saw that. Thanks for letting me know. So how's everybody's no sound? Ah, okay, hang on. Let me check. It's 91% no sound. Okay, let me pull you forward here. Now is there sound? Can you hear me? Okay. I think it was just I had you a little too far away. I was trying to get you guys to where you could be a little farther away, but I guess that's not going to happen. Hey, everybody. Nita, April, Angela, Julie, how are you guys? So yeah, tonight's just to work with me. I've got so many things. I'm trying to wrap my head around where to start. Hey, Angela. And I'm like, oh my gosh, just too much. So I will still maybe move you guys a little. I'm trying still positioning with this camera. So it's getting easier. So when I'm doing things, hey, Joanne, glad you could join. Yeah, I think Edie said she had her first live with me too. So yay, glad to get some new people starting to come over and chat with us. This is going to be fun. And anybody that missed it, it's Shayna's birthday. So everybody say hi to Shayna. Say happy birthday, and I hope she had a good day today. So it was a beautiful day here today. I don't know how you guys' this day was, but yeah, wow, that sun is blinding. So yeah. Hey, Nita, how is Reddy's shop going? I know he was trying to get that going, and I keep meaning to text you, and I keep forgetting. So yeah, let me know how it's going. I've been thinking about him. I'm sure he's doing really good, and you guys are killing it. You're rocking it. Your fabric lives where you were getting, well, I guess they weren't lives. I'm sorry, they were just your fabric videos where you were cleaning up your craft room. Wow, motivation, girl. You gave me some motivation. I've got it somewhat, but then, it kind of goes poof, and then it's not so good anymore. So that's kind of where I'm at. Let me back you up just a little bit. I'm getting my head cut off. Tell me if you can't hear me when I back up, because I know my sound is on my camera. So there we go. And I've got a really tall chair. So what's everybody doing tonight? What's going on? I should move this a little more over here, so I'm talking more to you guys while I'm trying to read. Thanks. Yeah, and got little bear sleeping back here. He was making muffins a few minutes ago. Hopefully I can keep him from walking across everything. So yeah. So I've got a bunch of stuff I want to work on for the shop. Trying to get some of my sets pulled together. I never have gotten into my linen top yet after I made that gift. So I was hoping to get that cut out tonight, and we need some reviews. Okay. Yeah, good to know, Nita. Anybody, if you buy something from Reddy for applique, please leave a review. That is so huge to get him going. The reviews are huge. The sales are happening. The sales are big, but he needs a couple reviews too. So yeah, Hey, Amber. So just a reminder. Thanks, Edie. Everybody hit the like button as you come in. As Angela says, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I love how she says that. So Amber, did you? Amber and I were talking about a machine. So just curious if she did it or not. It's a really nice machine. So, hey, V-Rays. Good to see everybody. Yeah, tonight, grab something to work on, or if you just want to chill, grab something to drink, sit back, and just kind of chat, everybody. Hey, Sandy. This is just kind of an easy evening tonight. I just want to chat with everybody. See what's going on. Yeah, spring break. So we're just coming off of spring break here, I hear. I don't know, but it was sure either quiet in the areas it shouldn't have been and busy, but crazy in the other areas. So I think we're coming off of spring break here, I guess. You did. Okay, keep me in the loop, Amber. We need to get together when you get it. So we'll get together and go through everything. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to do some stuff. Want to know what you guys are doing, or whether you're just chilling and having an easy Sunday evening and chatting and relaxing. And so, yeah, we had a beautiful day here yesterday too. I actually did get outside yesterday. I told myself today, I always have another Zoom call on Sunday afternoons, and it's at 3 o'clock. So it's for like 2 hours on 3 o'clock. So it kind of kills most of my afternoon. By the time I get home from church and all that, it's usually noon or 1, and I get some lunch, get the dog out, that kind of thing. Can't really get a whole lot started just because of my Zoom call at middle afternoon. So then I get off that and I run upstairs real quick, get something to eat, and do whatever I got to do there and get the dog situated again. And then I'm down here for the night. But this is good. I love it. I love Sunday nights with you guys. And it's been a fun couple of months, and a couple of more fun months coming up. Amber and Gabby and I need to get together again. I can't believe it's already time to figure out the next couple of months. We had everything figured out through the end of March. So I think I've got one more planned. Yeah, I think I'm the last one for the month, maybe Gabby. So yeah, Amber, we'll be talking. So we got to do more planning here. So cool. But I can't believe we're at the end of March already. And then in 2 weeks, 2 weeks is Easter. So I doubt I'll be doing a live on Easter evening. Just telling you guys now, I doubt I'm going to do that just because it's Easter. I'm going to have a full day. I'm sure a bunch of other people are going to have a full day. So I'll try and do my first non-live video for you guys and put that up instead. That gives me 2 weeks to work on that. I've got some things that I know people have asked me to do, and I've just kind of got to figure out which of those I want to do, because then I'll have to edit and do it all. Not a big deal. I'm just trying to figure out what would probably be easiest for me first time out of the gate to show you guys and to work on. So we'll figure that out this week. It'll be all good. So anyway, but yeah, I wanted to get this started. So I'm going to be cutting that out. And then I'm working on some things over here. And so I'm going to be back and forth and we can be chatting. So, okay, Amber, thanks. Yeah, I haven't done it in so long. I've done it on iMovie years ago, years and years ago. The one, if you guys go look, that shows, and I think I may have even taken it down. It was a really old one. I did it for a submission to Martha Stewart. Years ago, she had a competition, and I had done my kids' stuff as part of the competition. And so I did a video and tried to do everything with it. And it was fairly easy. iMovie was easy, but I'm doing it on my phone and my iPad. So I don't remember. I had to have done it on my phone. Had to have. So I don't remember. I think I did everything on my phone. I think I shot it all and did it all on there, and that was why. But I know this one will be a little more involved than that. I tried to do it where I only had a couple to put together and edit very lightly. Yes, Nita, it is. This is rolled on a big, and it came this way. But if you can get these tubes at other places, they're really good. It's just a tube. It's a big cardboard tube. And I love when they send stuff on this because I save it, obviously, and use it over and over and over. They're amazing. The one place that you guys might be able to get these tubes, Nita, if you've got someplace like this close, any Reaper Graphics that has the large format printer. So I'm talking, they print prints for construction zones and construction sites and for architects and engineers. This is the kind of stuff that their paper comes on because it goes into the big rolls to go through the machine. So if you could go over and ask them, hey, if you're just throwing them away, recycling them, can I get those from you? And they'll be 36 inches long is going to be the standard size. There's going to be some that will be 30. They might get a 42 and a 24. But the 36 is going to be your standard. So yeah, I grab ours from the office all the time, and those are the ones that I use. So I just thought of that. Go and check. Those are really amazing to use. And I still don't have you guys far enough. I'm losing the top of my head. Hey, Mary. So yeah, Anita, I think that would be amazing because even if you get the shorter ones, for some reason, if they only do the 24, and I can't imagine they wouldn't have some of the bigger ones that they're not, the 24 is not real standard. That would be right size for you. Yeah. Absolutely. I just thought of it, Nina. Thanks for asking. I would have never even thought about it. So yeah, and they actually, when you order from certain places and you order enough roll fabric, then they send it like this rather than folding it up and sending it to you. I've gotten these several times, but it's more the linen, the canvas, what else? Leather. My leather comes that way. I think that might be it. I haven't ordered, I know the Minky, Nita, that you get is always folded or rolled and in a box, if you want to call it rolled, I guess. The best you can roll something that's that big. But yeah, I don't think I get anything else. Knit, maybe? Maybe I've gotten some knit fabric. Came like that. But yeah. And it's not like fabrics.com or anything like that. So, but yeah, anyway, that's what we've got on the docket tonight. Just a chat night, a chill night. Talk about whichever you want. Take us any direction you guys want to go here. And everybody will jump in and chat and help each other out like we always do. And yeah, Bingham, I was reading that and I didn't get back to you, but yeah, I thought you used iMovie and it seems like it's the easiest one. So yeah, I want to upgrade my computer this year too, and I'm probably going to get an iMac. So that's why I'm like, I might just as well start on the iMovie and go that direction. So yeah. Oh yeah, Edie, yep. Amber is Bingham Bliss. And make sure everybody, you get Amber with Bingham Bliss, and she's in my notes. So you can go grab her channel off of there. Gabby is in my notes. And then Nita Fajita. Nita, we've got a couple new people, if you want to throw your channel up on there, go ahead and link it. Let's see. I'm trying to think who else is on here. It has a channel. I haven't seen anybody come across lately. So anyway, but yeah, I was working outside yesterday, guys. I got to start working out again. I used to be so good in this last year. Oh my gosh. I just totally killed it. So I didn't do any workouts for the longest time. So I worked outside yesterday and it was like a Mac truck hit me last night. I was so tired. So tired. And I had just enough pains that I had to take like some Tylenol. God, my words tonight. Sorry, guys. Take some Tylenol. About halfway through the night, I got up because it kept waking me up. And I'm like, even my feet hurt. Like arches of my feet hurt. And I'm like, wow, you got to do something about this. So I took the aspirin. It was fine. I'm fine today. Can't even tell. But I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so bad. So bad. So I worked outside, and then I found out today that freeze that we had, that my rosemary bushes are not going to come back out. And I can't even explain to you how many rosemary bushes, how much of an area I have out there that is dead. It's going to take me probably all weekend to rip it all out. And it just breaks my heart. It's so cool. When I bought the house, they were already established and huge. And it goes down this rock hill because we have a lot of xeriscaping here because you can't really do anything. You dig maybe a couple inches and you hit rock, real hard rock. And so I've got all this white rock out there, and then they've got these really big rocks that they put kind of going down, and they had the rosemary just beautiful. I mean, it's been growing for a long time and shaped. And so it was finally growing really well, and I never really had to trim it up. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a project. So I need to get with my next door neighbor, and I'm thinking I might just make a deal with him because he owns the Airbnb next door. And some of these that are dead are his too. And see if we can't just hire somebody to come in and do it, and we'll split the cost. Have them come in, rip it out, and replant and take care of it because it's just so bad. So bad. So that was my disappointment for the day, was finding that out on my last Zoom call, because I was just really hoping that if I left them, that new stuff would come up. And one of the ladies is like, no, you don't want to do that. It'll be really bad. Just get them out of there. And I'm like, they didn't want to hear that. But my trees are going to make it. I'm not sure if my oleander is going to make it. We'll see. I think it is. I went and tested, and it seems like the middle part of all the stems are okay. So I might have some outside areas that have to be trimmed down, which they grow like a weed. It's not a big deal. I was just a little scared to do much until probably right about now, just in case it was stunted just a little bit. I wanted it to come out, have some weather, some water, and just kind of give it a kick in the butt, maybe you want to call it. Now I can probably feel like I can go out and trim it up and it'll be okay. But yeah, I was not planning on doing that this year. So anyways, but yeah, guys, we're just gonna chat tonight. So whatever you guys want to talk about too, if you have questions, if you have anything, hope you guys have been catching the Tuesday night lives lately. Those have been a lot of fun. Been going over, my day job takes me up around Cindy, and I'm just like 25-ish minutes from her. And so we've been doing Tuesday nights over there, and it's been so much fun, guys. Oh, it's awesome. I just can't even tell you. So nice to get away from the job site and not have to just go back to the hotel and sit all night. And there's nothing to do at the hotel. I mean, I got my dog, so I can't do much because she's just like all that in a bag of chips. She's too much. I can't even take her to a dog park. I can't really take her walking where there's other dogs right now. She's slowly coming out of her puppy phase, and it's getting better. And I'm trying to work with her a little bit, and it's getting better. So I'm kind of stuck. And then she wants to play in the hotel room, which involves barking. I can't do that. And she doesn't understand. So we've been going to Cindy's on Tuesday nights, and it's been a lot of fun. So I really appreciate her hosting that and having the lives and everything. It's really cool. Trying to remember what size here. I looked at it a little earlier, and I was like, oh yeah, that's the size. What I'm doing, guys, is when you buy your patterns, sometimes you don't always want to print and kill a tree. So I have trace paper that I get on a roll. It's drafting paper basically, but you can, anything that you can see through as trace paper, but I use drafting paper, and I trace the size that I need, and then I save that, and then I save the underneath piece, and then I've always got just the pieces I need instead of printing out the whole thing every single time, because you always know how when you print these out, you don't need every single piece every time. So rather than waste the paper, I do it this way, and then I save them, and if they get ruined, no big deal. I should retrace it again. So yeah, plus then I can do some markings on there. And if I want to do like a mashup or something, I can easily do that with this. And then if I decide it's not quite what I was looking for, I just erase it and we start again. So just a thought, guys, when you start doing some of this. And a lot of these patterns too, the way they come is they're kind of imprinted on top of each other. And sometimes it's even hard to see, even though they do have my colors. And so by doing it this way as well, then I can make sure I'm getting the right size and I'm not cutting my fabric accidentally. And then if I accidentally trace the wrong line, to catch it before I cut the fabric and ruin it. So no big deal. But there's times too, and I know Amber gets into this, where I want to adjust a pattern a little bit. I've done enough of these that I know how I like some things and how I don't like some things. And I'm able to do that as well. So I just adjust things up or down, or if I don't think it's going to fall right or whatever, then I can do that as well. And then it's one and done. And I make a note on the pattern that I've done those things. So, but I always write on here what size I'm doing, what pattern it is, and how many you have to cut. I mean, you just transfer everything while it's just right there, right down to what pattern, whose pattern. If you're doing like a McCall's pattern or simplicity pattern, then I'll write like McCall's or simplicity and then the number. So if I ever need to go back to looking at it, or if I pick it up and it's so close to another, or wind comes in and knocks them all down and I have to sort everything out, a lot easier, a lot faster that way. So you guys are being quiet. Are y'all working? Or am I just talking too much? Or is something frozen? Are you guys with me? I know there's people on here. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I wasn't frozen because it was like quiet for so long. I'm like, what's going on? Hey, Nero. Thanks for joining us. Okay, cool, guys. I just didn't know. I thought, watch me have frozen up, and I don't know. I can, Mary Beth. I don't, but you can do that for sure. Yeah. I just keep them together. I pin them together, like either with a paper clip or, just the regular metal clips that we get, like the binder clips that you use in the offices and stuff. But, oh, that's okay, Sandy. No, I just want to make sure I wasn't frozen. So yeah, I clip them together that way. I'm the worst for, if I do laminating or something, I feel like all of a sudden I just took 2 hours to do something and I got nothing done. So I'm really bad about doing that. It's just, I feel like, oh my gosh, I just did nothing, even though I know I did something. So I don't know. I'm hard on myself when it comes to that kind of stuff. So Amber, when's the new girl going to be? Do you know, or is that part of your email that you're waiting for her to get back to you on? I'm excited. Matching your back fabric blanket with fun. No, it is time consuming, Edie. And you have to take your time with that. That's one of those where you have to lay it out and you have to pin, 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 and pin some more and pin some more and pin some more. If you don't take your time on that kind of paper, that kind of time on that step, when you get to the machine, you're going to have all kinds of problems. And so you'll either spend time fighting your machine and ripping out part of the blanket, or just spend your time pinning and making sure everything is perfect and it's matched up and it's not going to move, and then take it over and sew it and you're good. So Del Reese, I am using what we call bum wad, trace paper, or onion paper. So depending upon what industry you're in and what you've heard it or not heard it, it's the same paper, but it's got like 3 different names. Most people know it as trace paper. I buy it at Hobby Lobby over in the drafting area, and it comes in, again, you can get shorter, medium, long, and I buy as long as I can, and they last me forever. I love it. I used to use the 40% coupon when we could. I'm Michael's. Michael's has it as well. And I think they still have good coupons. So I would try over there if anybody wants to pick them up. I know Hobby Lobby's running pretty much 40% most of the time anymore. So it may not matter. But yeah, don't be put off by the price, because it can get pricey. That's why I wait for a sale. And it still feels pricey on a sale. Like something like this would probably be off sale, would be about 20 bucks. And then it'd still be like, depending upon how wide you buy, 8 to 12 bucks at 40%, but it lasts forever. I mean, this might be my last one, and I've had this one for probably well over a year, and it'll probably last me for a little while longer too. Yeah, you can use basting spray. I don't know. I'm on the fence with basting spray. Anything that can leave a residue for a baby blanket just kind of bothers me a little bit. So I pin a lot, but that's your own choice, whatever you're comfortable with. So it's not right or wrong. I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just saying that's not my comfort level. What am I working on? I am making a little baby linen top to go with some bummies, and it's going to be out of this pink linen. So spring summer outfit. I've got a couple of outfits I want to put together for the kids and sell on my shop, and this is one of them. I had bought the pink and gold and white knit that I showed you a couple times ago for this outfit, and I'm just now getting there. Hey, Mary, yeah, we all fall down that rabbit hole by watching each other. It's kind of wild. Yeah, I know. I totally feel you there. Now for purses though, yeah, you're probably going to want to laminate that because of what you're working with for fabric. It might make more sense to take your time to do that. Now, what I do for laminating when I actually do it is I just go by clear contact paper. Kind of a pain in the butt, and you may want somebody to help you to do. It's a pain in the butt to yourself, but if you have somebody helping you, it's not too terribly bad. I got used to doing stuff like that in college, and so I got fortunate and had somebody who also used to do it in college help me, and we were able to do it pretty fast. But if we were working in bigger pieces than what you probably needed to work in. I was just like, hey, let's just do it all. Let's just slam this out. So I laid a big piece out and just laid the patterns down, and then we took it from one end to the other because I knew I had a couple of hands that knew where to grab and lift without me having to direct. So otherwise, I would have probably just done piece by piece by piece if it was just me and somebody else that had never done that kind of thing before. So yeah, Edie, they changed. The Hobby Lobbies are changing, and they're taking the coupons away slowly. I guess some areas lost it before others. We lost ours right away down here that week that we heard it was going to happen. So yeah, but I never used the coupon that much because things were always on sale. And so I don't know. I'm going to miss it. Don't get me wrong, because there was times I used it. But it seems like no matter what I would go in for most of the time, I couldn't use it because it was 30% off. And they're like, no, can't use it for that. Can't take either or. So I was like, well, that's a bummer. I keep thinking the color I'm looking for is a different color than what I am looking for. It keeps throwing me off. For some reason, I think I'm looking at the yellow, and I'm not. Sunday evening things. So my dog's upstairs tonight, girls. Sorry, there's no comedy relief, but for some reason she got up. She was napping during my other Zoom, just completely out to the world, and then got up and came over and just threw up all over the floor like 3 times. And she didn't have any food in her stomach. I think maybe that was the problem. She was, I don't know, she's never done that before though. And she ate breakfast. She ate a big breakfast. She's not off of an eating schedule. I don't know why she threw up. So I just took her upstairs, and hopefully she'll just kind of eat. Because if I had her down here, she wouldn't have her food or her water or anything. So I was like, you just need to go upstairs and chill tonight. And she was not happy. But then she probably would also sit here and try and get me to play with her. And then you guys would get to see that. She just, when she wants attention, she is in my face. It is so funny. She's hilarious. So yeah, when you guys do your tracings too, remember everything on the pattern piece. There's times when I will totally forget, and it's right here in front of my face. And I'm like, oh, I forgot to put those marks on there. And so I have to go take it back, pull everything out. So try and remember to get all the marks put on. And especially if they have like the way that the pattern has to lay on the fabric. There's like certain ones, like this little shoulder, it's a little cap for the shoulder. They have it laying kind of wonky on the fabric, and there's a reason for that. And it's so that it lays right because of the linen. And if I didn't put that on there, I wouldn't lay it out the right way, and then it wouldn't lay right. It would look really funny on there. Hey, Sierra, how are ya? So everybody that joined, it's Shayna's birthday. Just throwing that out there. So she's going to get tired of me saying that by the end of the night. But yeah, so beautiful day again today, but I told myself can't be outside today. Oh, from the UK. Hey, Wendy. I know you're a few hours ahead too. It's like middle of the night for you. Right now, I am just working on things for the shop, making a little linen top to go with some bummies for the girls. So I'm trying to put some outfits together. And I need to get my embroidery machines going on over here as well. I've got both my Janome and my brother that I've got things on that I need to get started. And I get here and I keep talking to you guys. And yeah, hey, Faye. Hey. Awesome. Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing. I'm making samples tonight, basically. So yeah. I love it, Shane. I'm glad you're spending your birthday with us. That is so special. Did you do anything fun today, though? Did you go out to eat or do anything special? Or was that just your day to stay home and chill? Maybe had some cupcakes. I'm going to grab one thing. Mary, you did. What did you get? What'd you get? What'd you get? Where'd you get it from? No, I missed some of those conversations. You guys were chatting so fast those last couple of days. And I would see something and I'd try and click through and it wouldn't take me to your conversation. It took me somewhere else. And then I'd lose the conversation because when I go back to my notification, it's gone. Oh, I was so frustrated. Yay, you're going to love it, Mary. You've already got to know me though. So yay, yay, yay. Oh, that's so exciting. So exciting. I would have got a Janome my second time, but oh, I know. We are so random. We are. Ken's Sewing Center is awesome, guys. I've ordered from them. I have. They're great. Amber is getting from Sewing Machines Plus, and I've been looking at them as well. In fact, anybody's a little bored, you can go back and watch their live from this last week. They had a week-long quilt fest. And it was live from like 8 to 5, Monday through Saturday. It was so much fun. I didn't watch the whole thing every day, but it was fun. And they pre-mode a lot of machines, a lot of quilting things, obviously, as well. But the quilters use embroidery machines to quilt on. So they had a lot of embroidery machines on there that they showed, sewing machines that they showed, some tools and stuff. And then they've got Hoop Fiesta or Hoop Fest coming up in June, which is all about embroidery. And I think it's going to be another week long. And they're going to talk all about stabilizers and everything embroidery. And I barely caught them mentioning it. I'm glad I was listening. I got to go look and see sometime in June. So go to sewingmachinesplus.com. They're out of California. So they're in San Diego or San Marcos, California. And oh, I'm so excited. So excited. So yeah. So you became affiliated too, Mary. How did you do that? Did it something you signed up for, I would assume? Oh, Nita, you gotta watch this. It was so fun. And you don't necessarily have to watch, like I said, the whole thing every day, every week, all week long. You can catch bits and pieces because they intersperse like quilt patterns and stuff in between the machines and in between all the little pieces and bubbles and things you can buy from them that are just cool. So yeah, yes, Mary, free shipping at Ken's is amazing. Nice. Very cool, Mary. That's very cool. Yeah, see, this little girl here, I got her exactly a year ago, last week, right as COVID hit. And I would probably have another Janome if this hadn't happened. And this was one of those where I had to look at the screen about 3 or 4 times to make sure the price I was seeing was right. But it was on eBay and I was buying from, as you know, I trust the sewing vac places. So I was buying from a sewing vac out of Colorado. And I kept watching that and I'm like, there's no way it's still going to be that price at the end of the sale, but I'm going to give it a shot. I was the only one that bid on it. I put an opening bid at their opening bid and I got it. And I about fainted. So yeah, this one will take the place of my other combo, my Janome combo, because she's better now after I got her fixed last year. But she was kind of doing that, I don't know if I'm going to turn on or not anymore. And I've had her for 20 years. So she's my baby. I love her. What size of hoop? What size of hoop, Mary? Curious. Because I think I know which machine you got. And that's an amazing machine. So anyway, it was a fun day when that thing showed up, and I felt bad for the UPS guy because he brought that thing was heavy. And then there was 2 or 3 other huge boxes too, because they sent me everything. And they must have gotten a promo with the luggage because the luggage came with, I'll never use the luggage, but okay.
and all the goodies that come with the machine and everything. I was just like, oh my goodness. I didn't think it was going to be that many boxes. I had to open it outside because there was no way I was going to get it in here. So I just unpacked it. Hey, Denise. Yep. If there was only some way we could just tell everybody as they walk in the door, hey, it's Shayna's birthday. Shayna's birthday. Del Reese, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm putting an A in there. Del Reese, I would just Google it. I'm really not sure. I'm sure I've probably seen it somewhere, but I couldn't tell you right now. So yeah, if you Google that, it'll probably bring it up for you, and there'll probably be a couple of places you can find that at. It's a Janome Mary, what's there not to love? All right, let me get my girl started over here. But yeah, I had to put some stuff on the back of this. On the back of this applique or this fabric, so I can make it a dinosaur patch. And okay, I'm gonna move you guys up just a little bit. I'm scared too because I've got my camera perched just right in the middle of my light ring. And I'm like, please don't fall, please don't fall. So let's see if I can turn you just a little. There's my other girl, right there. There's my Janome. She reminds me a lot of the PE 800. She looks like the PE 800, and she's a 5x7 and a 4x4, but she also sews. So that would be the only difference, really, and that she's a Janome. Jenna. Yeah. But yeah, I gotta go look up. In fact, I'm gonna look that up because I thought I heard him say when it was, and I was like, oh, I gotta tell you guys because that was so much fun to watch that, and to have something to watch all day, every day from 8 to 5 is unreal. And they were so cool. It was almost like watching quilting TV to some degree, or QVC quilting TV or something. It was so cool. Oh, you'll figure out a way to get it next to your other one. So let's see here. Hoop. Best. See. And they were running some pretty good sales this week. It was really amazing. A lot of them were, you had to call in to get like the extra discount that they weren't telling you, which is the prices were already really good, or they were giving you like an add-on that they weren't mentioning because I think they just wanted to make sure, because a lot of times, you know, you talk to people in person, they can customize a little better or help you or answer some questions, or maybe that machine is not 100% the machine you should be getting and they know of the ones. So yeah, they were they seem to be really good. I know Amber's dealt with them and she really likes them. Man, it's not pulling up. I know they talked about it. Yeah, and that's just it, Mary. Some of these bigger, like Ken's and the Sewing Machines Plus, you got to call and talk to them because they can't put everything on the website. They've got machines that are on the web that aren't on the website. They've got used machines that aren't on the website. They may have just got them in yesterday or last week, or they just don't put them in because they turn so quickly. So by calling and asking, you're going to maybe find things or get a deal that you didn't know about. So it's always good to call. events, maybe there. Let's see. Please tell me because I wanted to look this up. Okay, maybe June. Well, it doesn't say, but I know I could swear they said it was June. It's called Hoop Fest. And it's not coming up for some reason. Maybe they just don't have it up yet. Let's see. Oh, yeah, they don't even have anything in June up yet. Maybe it's too far out because they've got May's stuff up, but nothing for June yet. So that's probably it. Yeah, thanks, Sandy. Hit the like button, guys. Appreciate that. I know, they're all so nice. I've called Ken's before. They were so wonderful to work with. They were really, really good. Oh man, my piece of fabric's not big enough. I don't know how to do more of it. There it is. There we go. Okay. I'm going to disappear behind for a second because I got to put some more of the heat and bond on this. Mary, you should. Yeah, I want to see it. Oh man, you're going to have to do something to tease us really good. But yeah, my big thing is after my last week's sew along, you guys saw me going, oh please. I was having to change colors. Oh yeah, I'm a little frustrated and I'm ready to ready to get a multi-needle of some kind, but it's probably not going to happen right now. But man, I'd love for it to happen right now because I'm just like, yeah, that was beyond frustrating. But oh, Faye, I would love it if they'd hire me to play with their machines. Oh, that would be so amazing. And they're not that terribly far from me. I mean, they're in Alabama, if I remember right. Yeah, just a state or two over. But yeah. Yeah, I'm all about the Previously Loved because this one, she only had like, it was 800,000 stitches on it when I bought it. And I know she's a couple years old. Oh, no problem. It's all right, Sandy. I know Sunday nights you've got dinner, you've got to do all the things. So it's all good. It's all good. Yes, Wendy, we use heat and bond on the appliques. Okay, I'll be right back.
Hey, Sam. And we were talking Tuesday when I was on the live with Cindy about how everybody had their 1400s coming in. And it was a good time to spend it on a machine if you could. And we're all like, we should just start doing hashtag 1400 or my 1400 or I'm a 1400. Yeah, not with embroidery vinyl or glitter. Absolutely right, Faye. Everything else, yes. And that's the other thing about my Janome. It uses an SD card to go in and hold the designs, and it doesn't pull up as many as it used to. So I'm like, oh boy, it's telling me it's slowly dying. So it takes a long time to pull up the designs off of there. So I have to go and load the SD card, wait and wait and wait and wait and wait, and then look over about 20 minutes later. It's like, oh, okay, you're ready to go. Yeah, Sam, it was a lot. I know it was a lot, but yeah, you just have to do some research. It's not as daunting as it was. I tell you, it was pretty heart-wrenching when we first went through it. So the way it is now is 1,000 times better. It's so quiet in here since I can't play the music. I usually always have something on. Because like in my house, I just have classical, just the local classical channel on in the background. And our local classical that I have on is really entertaining. And it just depends on the day, the night, everything. They go anything from true classical to Broadway to musicals, and they'll do like most of a musical song wise, and they'll just go song after song after song on the musicals. They do interviews with people. I mean, it's really entertaining. And I have it on 24/7 in there, and half the time I don't even know it's on, and I'll be FaceTiming or something with somebody, and they're like, what is that in the background? I'm like, yeah, it's kind of cool, isn't it? They're like, yeah, I really like that channel. You too can listen to it on the internet. I'd be careful, Faye. I'd be really careful on the mouse ears. I wouldn't be surprised if Mickey didn't have those. So it can be recognizable as Mickey Mouse. I wouldn't do it. So that's just my opinion. I don't know. Yeah, they're going crazy about stuff anymore, guys. I wouldn't even tempt them. Just do your own thing. Because the minute you end up losing your shop, you're going to wish you hadn't. So that's me. I put too much time into into my shop, and I would hate to have it taken from me with no warning. She's so quiet. I should have the windows open so I could at least hear the outside noises. Man, yesterday I walked out, had to go meet a friend for coffee kind of early. She's a morning person. And so, and I don't mind getting up when it's beautiful out. And it was gorgeous yesterday. So I walked out. It's probably about 7:15. We were going to meet about 8 o'clock. I had to do some things. And it was just, sun was barely starting to come up. I walked out and the birds were absolutely off the charts. It was like I had just walked into some kind of room that all they were doing was making all these bird noises, and it was in stereo. It was so cool. And I tried to video it, and I got a lot of it, but it didn't do it justice. I mean, I just stood there trying to absorb it all. It was so pretty. And I was like, thank you for making me get up early, because I would have missed this. I would have slept through all of it. Hey, Anna, don't worry about being late. Oh, Shirley, that's okay. I'm glad you could join us. You can always catch the rest of it later. So thanks for coming. Yeah. Yeah, Faye, just if you can look at it and know where you got it from or what you're trying to make it seem like, so can everybody else. So just kind of use that as a rule of thumb, you know. I think I missed a mark. Remember I was telling you, trace all your marks? Well, I just totally overlooked one. Caught it on this other one, so now I got to go back and put it in. Oh, Anna, just so you know, Sandy's birthday today. We've been telling everybody as they come in. Or it's Shayna's birthday. Did I say Sandy's? It's Shayna's birthday. And multitasking, guys. So I'll show you in a second here. Let me trim it off, and I'll show you as I go. But I'm doing a patch, a little dinosaur patch. Little aught lights are amazing when you need just a little extra light. I love this one. Anybody gets a chance to get a hold of this one, I love this one. I can just put and see how it doesn't affect me this direction because it's not right in my eye, so I can move it. I'll put it over by my sewing machine. I've got it right here on my table so I can see exactly what I'm trying to do, because my overhead lights are not quite bright enough to get all the way down here sometimes for when I need just a little extra. Plus it is getting a little late, so. All I know is this daylight savings time, I like this part of it because it's darker later at night now. The other one tends to really mess with me because when it's dark, like at 5:30, by 7 o'clock, I'm so tired because it sure feels outside like it's midnight because it's so dark. Where when it's like this and it's light till almost 10 o'clock at night, man, I get so much done. I'm so much more awake. I sleep better. Oh, Shana, you're not old in any way, shape, or form, man. 35, that's so young. I agree, Faye. She looks younger than that. I totally agree. Hey, Pia. I didn't see you come in. There you are. Okay, that's where you came in. And I haven't forgot about the Zoom, guys. I was going to do it yesterday, and then I realized the weather was going to be so beautiful, and I needed to definitely get outside and do something. I absolutely had to do something. And I've got to chip away at things every now and then outside. So I was like, oh, I want to do it, but can't. So maybe next weekend we'll see. Okay, so this is the start. I'm doing the beginning of the dinosaur. So. Oh, Sam, happy birthday on Wednesday. Awesome. Faye. Yeah, that's that dyslexia you typed her on. I totally get that. I got it left here. Write that one down. Man, I turned that thing off and now it's so dark, I've got to turn it back on. Okay, so I told you it takes a long time to load. It just loaded. I think that thing was taking like 10 minutes to load. Kind of scaring me. I don't want her to die. The poor girl. So I'm going to try something with these patches. So we'll see how it comes out. I'm not going to say anything. I want to try it first. But I have an idea, and I'm excited to try it. Okay, Faye. No, I get it. I'm glad you're going to listen, though, because then if something catches you, you can still jump in real fast. But yeah, it's hard to work and do it all. Man, it's just so dark when I turn that off. I can't see. There we go. So then I just cut these out, kind of. You don't have to do a real good job because when you go and cut them out on the fabric, you'll catch everything else. But I kind of put them a little close together. Definitely need to. Plus, when you cut them out on this stuff, see how thin this is? And you can kind of see my hand through it. So when you lay it down on the fabric, you can position really well because you can see right through it to the fabric too. So when you take your patterns and you're laying it there, you can see and move it around a lot easier as well. That's what I love about these. Yeah. Anna, when you find that rewind button, send it to me. Oh my. Yeah, I just realized how long it's been since I moved here. Oh my gosh, the other day it just blew my mind. I didn't realize it had been that long. And I start looking back on things, and I actually, it was when I was going, and I was going through some pictures. I have like these folders on my hard drives in my thumb. I cannot talk tonight. On my thumb drives. And I knew it was an older one. I was just kind of like, oh, I haven't looked at these in a long time. Oh my gosh. It was like right after I'd gotten down here. And one of them was a real blast back. I had actually designed and sewn an entire kids line that I was launching with my website. And we did a photo shoot with some kids, and I was looking at all those pictures. Oh my gosh, that brought back some really good memories. That was before I had to go back to work because I couldn't make it work because of the recession and everything. But oh my gosh, I miss those days so much. And I started looking at those pictures. It made me really sad because I missed that. Those were amazing days, being at home doing all that and getting all that together and coordinating it and everything. So Oh man, I didn't need to see that 'cause it just made it really hard for me to go to work the next day. I showed you the linen a couple weeks ago, I think it was. I'm making a little girl's blouse. It's a summertime thing that'll go with the bunnies. So when it's done and up, you'll see it on my shop. But yeah, it's just a cute little top for the girls. All right, now got honey to do this. Oh, all right. My two young kitties outside. Those of you that have been watching for a while know I inherited a feral colony, and I've been TNRing, and I still got a few left to go. But my two youngest girls, who are just a year old, they were just tussling and playing out there. It was so sweet. Well, they were playing like they were just little kittens again. Oh yeah. Okay, Mary. Yeah, I know you've been doing some of those. I've been seeing just clips of the videos of you guys gaming. So PS5. I bet he's excited. And the bid from last week is still over there. So any of you guys missed that, we made a bib in So Long last Sunday night. So that's up on the channel. All right. I have too much stuff on this table. If you guys saw how big this table was and how little I am using, you would just shake your head at me and go, just clean your table. Quit moving things around. Just go clean your table. That. Yeah, it is April. You know, and the worst part about it is the stuff that I have back there is like my work stuff, like my day job. So my computer and my screen and all that. And cords. Oh my gosh. If we could just ever make cords go away. Yeah, mine too, Mary. They sound like a bunch of elephants because they're right above my head. And I can always tell when they're tussling and having so much fun. And then I go upstairs and they're all just laying in their beds like little sweet angels, like, we were just here all night having a good time, just telling stories, Mom, just telling stories. It's like, yeah, right. I'm going to show you guys something here real quick that I do as well. instead of, I've got a lot of little shortcuts and stuff that I do after you've, hey Sandy, after you've kind of gotten used to doing, working with these patterns, you'll figure a lot of these out yourself. It'll make a lot of sense to you. Oh, so awesome, Mary. Oh, I know. It is. I love this thing. And I picked it up, I think, for 20 bucks on sale. Joann's like a year and a half ago or something. They were having some crazy sale. And I thought, oh, it's only 20 bucks. I'm sure I'll use it. Oh my gosh, I wish I would have gotten like 2 of them. I didn't realize I was going to love it so much. Okay, so I've got this ruffle. And to get to the size that I needed at the time that I made the one for the baby gift is I cut it, knowing that it was an even amount to the other sizes. So you can see they're evenly spaced, or somewhat evenly spaced, I mean, size-wise. So what I'm going to do is to go from here without tracing. I'm just going to take this piece, lay it down, then I'm going to measure how far up my next line is, and just go and mark it on my fabric. And then that way I don't have to mess with this. It's just a real fast down and quick way to get it put together. And then I've still got the main piece to cut from. And I think, see, when I do this, I like to pin just because I can't have that pattern moving. So I'll just put in a couple, like 2-3 pins. Let me go grab my pins. And those of you that were on my live the other night and know I was looking for my pins, I still haven't found them. They're here. I know they're here. And I know Bear knows where they're at. He ain't talking. So, yeah, I will find those. That's my mission this week. I'm going to find those pins. Those are my brand new ones, too. So they're nice and sharp and perfect. And hey, Denise. Oh, Denise, you've been here. Sorry. That was Sandy saying, hey, Denise, making sure Denise didn't come in. And I missed it. Sorry. I'll just be quiet back here. Oh, Frozen 2, Mary. Yep. Frozen 2 is good. All the Frozens. I mean, I get into all those. I love watching the animated movies. It's just my favorite. Just water. It's Sunday. Hey, Eve Mark. Yeah, just water. I have not had enough water, and I am still trying to make myself drink more. I usually drink a ton of water, and I don't know, I've gotten really bad about it lately. So I've got to get a lot better. I bought some, I love our local sparkling water. We have HEB down here, which is our grocery store. And those of you that are familiar with HEB know what I'm talking about. But they have a lot of their own brand stuff. And their sparkling water is really good. They've got a black cherry flavor that is one of my absolute favorites, and it's really hard to get because when they stock it, everybody buys it up right away. So I scored like 2 12-packs the other day because I got in there. Saturday morning, I could tell it was spring break because I went Saturday morning at about 10:30 and there was like nobody there. I was like, what? And I went in and it's still all stocked and everything. Hey, Patty. So yeah, I've been drinking a little too much of the sparkling water and not enough of the regular water lately. So I think that's the problem. Mary, that's funny. I know, Shayna. You probably were here for a little while, weren't you? Possibly during boot camp. Seems like everybody comes through Texas when they're in the military. Oh, that would have been so funny, Mary. That would have been awesome. If nothing else, just for you guys to have had the memories, that would have been really cool. Yeah, I thought so, Shayna. Seems like everybody comes through here for basic. So yeah, you got a small taste of it. A lot of people come back too, Shayna. Hint, hint. They come back. I'm trying to get my cousin to move here because he's going to be retiring soon from the military. And I keep talking to him. I said, it'd be really nice to have family here. And he's in Oklahoma City right now. So he's still just far enough north of me. But I'm like, please? And he's like, I might. So I don't know. Cross your fingers for me, guys. Where at, Denise? Yeah, Mary. Oh, wow, that would be so great. Oh, Houston, okay. Yeah, Houston is a hot spot for people. Narrow, let us know. Yeah, let us know what you got there. Oh, time to go. Okay, now you guys feel my pain with the single needle. It drives me crazy. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna keep myself from buying a multi-needle. Got to get a car first, though. That's the problem. Oh, narrow. That would be fun. Yeah. And I'm a little slower doing this than I usually am, guys. It's just because I'm chatting and doing all that. 'Cause I'm running back and forth doing the embroidery too. I would probably normally have this pretty well cut out by now. Yeah, that is fun, Narrow. Aw. So this is the first time you're an aunt, really? Was with this sister? I was one of those that was an oops. And so my sisters are much older than me. And it's kind of funny, I was doing the math one time and I don't know why. It just must have struck me at that moment. But my nephew was born when I was 11 and 7 months or something like that, 8 months. And I started doing the math probably a couple years ago, and I figured out My oldest sister is the exact difference in age to me, minus about 10 days, as I am to her son. It was so wild. And I was like, if you had waited just a little bit, I think she needed to wait just like 10 more days. It would have been like exactly 2 today. So wild. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what made me think of that? I don't know why I thought to even sit and calculate that. So needless to say, I was an aunt at a very young age. And so a lot of people thought my nephew was my child. People are so weird. I would hold him or carry him like when we'd go shopping or whatever. And I don't know how many times I got nasty looks from people because they thought that was my child. And I'm like, really? I mean, I'm 12. Really? Oh, thank you, Denise. Yeah, I'm very blessed with what I have here. It was a fortunate thing that happened with this house. So it was a dream come true, I guess is what I should say for me. And I'm down here all the time for my day job, as much as I can. Down here in the evenings sometimes. It's just right here, and I know what it's doing. It's just doing fill stitch. So I'm able to look over and see what it's doing. But yeah, most of the time I can walk away and do things. I can hear if it starts doing something really funny. I mean, I start hearing immediately if one stitch isn't going the right way. I can tell you right away. So, and it's just embroidery. So yeah, I try and not get all wrapped up about it. I can always redo it if I have to. Now, if it was, an order, I would probably be paying a little closer attention. It's a sample. So I guess, yeah, I'm not as worried because if I screw it up, I'll redo it. But it's a patch. And a lot of times, if you screw up a sample, you can sometimes make it look like it's supposed to for a picture. So yeah, it'll be all right. Until I can't. And I have to eat my words. So yeah. Do as I say, guys, not as I do. Isn't that what most people say? Oh, Bear Bear's making biscuits back here. my gosh, has it been 93 minutes? Shayna, no way. Oh my gosh, it has been. You are so right. It doesn't feel like that at all. Yeah, Mary, you do. Once you know your machine narrow, once you've been on it enough and you've heard it mess up a few times, you will hear the minute it just starts even. You can, and you'll be on top of it. So you can usually catch before it gets too bad, unless you're like all the way across the room and you got to sprint across stuff. I've done a few of the OJ leaps to get over there. Hey, Leslie. No worries. We were just freaking out, Leslie. We've been on for like an hour and a half. We can't believe that already. It doesn't seem possible. Oh, that's right. This is that. Okay, so these neck biases, guys. These will get you every time sometimes. Hey, Julie. See how it's got the arrow going at an angle? So when you lay it out and you've got your fabric going, so the fabric's going like this. Well, this edge, straight edge right here, has to go perpendicular. See how it goes the same as that? And look how it eats up fabric. So if you go across like that. So be aware, and there's a reason why that has to happen for it to lay right. So yeah, just pay attention to that and try and lay that out with a bunch of stuff if you can. I'm going to be okay because I've got some other stuff coming up that I've got to fold, and I might be able to put this on a fold with it, and then in all reality, if I fold this and place the middle part on the fold with the other stuff, it may not eat up quite as much fabric. So make it a little girl's linen shirt. It's going to be for like a baby with the bummies. So it'll be a little sleeveless, floofy thing. You know, those summer linen things that are so fun. Edie, yes, I am live every Sunday evening. I'll be around next Sunday with a sew along, and then probably not the following Sunday just because it's Easter. But I'm on every Sunday, so every other Sunday is a sew along, and then the opposite Sunday is just a live, like tonight, where we just kind of chat. And I might be working on something or doing something specific, but yeah, I'm glad you dropped by, and I'll see you next Sunday, Edie. I know. Oh yeah, I know. I'm usually like, ah, I hear you, Mary. And invariably, I'm jumping cats, dogs, furniture. You know, it never fails. All right, what's on next? Oh, really? Okay. My little applique's almost done, guys. Put that on. Good night, Edie. So yeah, and then on top of it, this thing has an automatic needle threader until it doesn't. So those automatic needle threaders, usually, if any of you guys have looked at them, it's a real fine tooth out of metal that goes through the eye of the needle and pulls the thread. And they're very easily broken. And it can happen. They have to be small and fine to be able to get through there. Well, I think I had the machine maybe 2 months, and mine quit doing it. And I'm like, no, because I threaded it, used it, changed the colors, went to thread it, wouldn't thread it anymore. And I'm like, no. So I have a real bad idea that little tooth is broken, and I need to take it in. But that's the only thing that's wrong with it. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna wait until it needs to have like a good cleaning, or something else is maybe not 100%, because I'm not gonna take it in and leave it for 2 weeks and move out my machine and pay like $200 for a service that it doesn't need desperately right now, when I can sit and thread the thing the old school way. So I'm a little sad that I have to do that, because I should just be able to walk over and go. You know, it's the small things, right? Hey, Divya. Yeah, I know, Mary. So true. Better yet, you just need to send the 6-year-old over, train the 6-year-old how to go change that problem for you. Oh, wow. Did we make 300, Anna? Oh, my gosh. Yay. No way. I noticed it was like real close when we first started. So thanks, guys. For whoever subscribed, thank you. The machine long jump, April. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I almost call it the machine gymnastics. You know, it's crazy. Oh, Wendy. Okay. It's 1 a.m. That's right. You're over in England. So thank you, Wendy, for coming by. I hope you join us again next week. Same time, same place. Thanks, Shayna. Thanks, Sam. Oh, Divya. Oh. You know, that's always a gamble with the electronics. And when my Janome dies with the computer part, I'm not doing it. I'm just going to go get another one, because it's not, price-wise, it's not even going to be worth it. And then on top of it, you do that, and yeah, then something else doesn't work. So, because everything's so computer tied in on some of these older ones, that I'm like, ugh. So I'm just over here going, I love you. I love you. Don't die. Don't die. I love you. Hey, Gabby. Hey. How you doing, girl? How's the weekend? Did you get some more done? Yeah, I'm excited, guys. Thank you. I can't believe it. That is so awesome. Hopefully someday we'll be celebrating big numbers like 4 digits, but we'll see. We'll see. No way, Elia. Aw, I wonder why. might just double check that everything's turned on your notifications everywhere else too. May not just be your YouTube. So yeah, that's just it. They always want attention, don't they? Oh, okay. Okay, Gabby. I'm glad you came for a little while. Oh, Joanne, thank you. Thanks for coming by. Oh, Bear, you want to be lovable now? Now that you're done making biscuits? Hmm? You want to be lovable now? Nice boy. Nice boy. Yeah, Sandy, isn't that the truth? The minute you walk away, it's like, what? Seriously? You were doing just fine. How did you know I walked away? You know? Gabby, I'm making the linen shirt for the little girl that I had made for my coworker, and I didn't have time to take the pictures, but it was I wanted to remake it in a bigger size because I wasn't real pleased with the little size, and I wanted to learn a few things about the pattern. So it was okay that I didn't take pictures for the sample, but it's kind of it's a linen shirt with a floof, and then they'll put the bummies with it. So a little set, and then I'm making patches too. I'm trying something, Gabby. So I will, once I know if it works, I may give a tutorial video on it. So testing the waters. Thanks, Julie. Yeah. Yeah, Gabby's got a little ways to go. Yeah. And I really wished I could have ironed this linen. That's the only thing I don't like about it coming on these rolls is it's really hard to iron before you use it. Oh, I really could have used ironing it. It made my life a little easier. Plus, then I wouldn't have to pin everything. But since it's all wrinkled, I have to pin it. I order online, Sandy. I have a company I buy full silk from. Oh, does it? It's hard. Yeah, it depends on what you're looking for, Sandy. It takes, I do a lot of searching, and sometimes what I find one week was not there the week before. So yeah, it's, what is the name of it? Second. Insta-linen. This is the point where a single needle really is no bueno, because it's going to do a little black, little white, little black, little white, little black, little white. Ugh, and I understand why. Oh my gosh. Polished cotton chintz. I haven't found any of that. Of course, I don't look for it. I mean, tryfabric.com, their prices, you can get a little bit of a discount if you give them your business tax ID number. You get like 10%. They'll give you a code. They're kind of the best price for a lot of things out there that I've seen, short of pulling a true wholesale account. And I've had the true wholesale accounts also. You just have to have such a large minimum to get started with a true wholesale. And then you've got to buy so much every year. You've tried them? Okay, yeah. I haven't seen any. If I do, I'll let you know. But yeah, that's a little more specialty. No, of course, my bottom thread's almost out. Isn't that about the way it goes? Man, I'm gonna think if I've seen, because Sandy, when I go and I Google that, it takes me down some rabbit holes, and I find some really cool stuff by doing that, to where you can buy it at wholesale price. You may not be able to always rely on them to go back and reorder it, because they kind of like buy in lots from people. But man, you can get some really neat stuff if you don't mind just having what you can get and then changing it up the next time you order. you may have to then get a wholesale account. Check into some of them, Sandy. Some of them aren't as bad as others. I know Kaufman is bad. Kaufman is like $3,000 to open and $3,000 a year. So it's more usually the opening that gets you if you've got the business rolling. You can keep up the minimum per year. Some of the others I had Riley Blake was not as bad. And then I had Michael Miller was not as bad. So just check around and see. It doesn't hurt to email the people where you find the accounts that you, or the fabrics that you like. Email them and find out what are the requirements for your wholesale accounts. And some of them are not bad. I was really shocked. I would have loved a couple of the others that I emailed, but they didn't have enough in their inventory that I would have used to have made it worth it. But it was like really crazy low. I couldn't believe it. Sorry. I had a friend tried FaceTiming right when I started this and I ignored it. So hang on, they're just texting me to find out I'm okay. Keep doing it, Sandy. That's the only way I find stuff. Let the rabbit holes take you to other rabbit holes. And I'll just take a good hour every now and then and just go see where my rabbit holes take me. I found some of the best places that you didn't find on the first Google. You found it after going this place and then seeing where that place took you and that place took you. And then when I went back and tried to find them again, I learned I have to write it down. It's crazy. Yep, absolutely. And using different search engines. Use some very technical terms also. I found that took me some places away from some of the other places that I kept running into. I've gotten really good at finding things only because when I was trying to start up that clothing line and get it rolling, I needed some real specific things. And I was able to find them. It was crazy. Hey, Denise, yeah, so true. My sister, she just retired from teaching, but she taught high school back in our hometown, and she taught ESL and math in Spanish, and she was bilingual, but she didn't know the math terms and had to look them up because they are so specific and it's not terms that you use all the time. And she was getting all the kids that literally would come in from like Ecuador, San Salvador, all those, and their families were coming up for work and they would fly in or come in or however they got in. And they literally got in the night before and they were in school the next day. And so they had no time to even indoctrinate themselves at all. And so she was the person that indoctrinated them. And yeah, she would have them in the math classes and she taught like algebra and geometry. So there was like really special terms. And so she would have them in her class, even if that was not the class they were supposed to be in, only because she was about the only bilingual person in the school that could talk to them and help them with their life situations and everything. It was crazy. And they would do really good until they'd get to the really, really, really special terms. And then, they'd have to talk around them or something and figure it out together or look it up so that they both knew what the term was, because the kids didn't know either. They had no clue. So she couldn't even ask them, what is this? Because they're like, I don't know. yeah, I'm here to learn, you know. So yeah. Yeah, until you're faced with it. And I've gotten really good. I used to be fluent a long time ago, and then, you know, it's that use it or lose it thing. And I needed it at work a lot, and I know I can do it well enough to get myself where I need to be. And then we've got Google now, so I use Google a lot. And the guys that are not able to speak enough English and we get stuck, then we both end up Googling. We have no problems. But it's amazing how when how do I nicely say this, when they piss you off and it just comes right out. I all of a sudden I'm like blah blah blah, and they're all looking at me like, whoa, where'd that come from? I'm like, I don't know, don't make me mad, because my fluency comes right back. And it's funny how, you know, and then we get to the technical terms, like you're saying, even in construction world. I don't know the technical terms. They don't know the English words for the technical terms. And that's where we also have to use Google a lot. But I've learned to talk around things pretty good to get us where we need to be, because just the way your brain says it does not mean that's the way you have to say it. Think about how many different ways you can say something in English. You can do the same in other languages too. That's it, Patty. That's how you do it. You know, that's how I was fluent, from being in the middle of the United States, you know, up where everybody's all English only kind of thing. And you get stuck down where you have to use it. And I had taken 4 years of Spanish, so it's not like I didn't have the ability to do it. And you get stuck and you have to use it because they don't speak English. And at that time, we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have Google, we didn't have any of that. All you had was a translator, or hopefully somebody around you that spoke both. And most of the time where I ended up with somebody, it was a little kid that could speak both. And you know, they want to go play. They don't want to be stuck being a translator. So you learn real fast. Hang on. Hey. Oh, a couple of my ferals were having a disagreement, and it didn't sound pleasant. So I wanted to make sure if I go out and break them up just by walking out there, they'll stop. If I just let them go at it, they'll go at it for who knows how long. So there's that piece I was drifting. Yeah, Sandy. I've heard kids say that. Yep, so true. And the parents really do kind of rely on them a little bit more than they should. And it's not fair to the kid, you know? Now, some kids don't mind, but others are like, please. You know, it's not as hard as you think, Denise. It's a different way of thinking is really all it is. All other languages say things in a different way than English does. English is the only language that puts sentences together the way we do. All of the languages put them together the other way. And so once you learn that part, that's the hardest part. And then once you learn, how to say a word in a past tense, a present tense, and a future tense, once you learn all of those and kind of how all that strings together, then it kind of just becomes logic. And then you just have to learn the actual words and what they mean. So yeah, it's really not that difficult. And if you kind of start the way a kid does, where it's very elementary, where you learn the colors and the numbers and the animals and the how to get from here to there and just names of things, and then you start getting into sentence structure. Sometimes the sentence structure comes as you're learning that. So it's not that bad if you can get into either a class, or some of these online courses are actually very good now compared to the way they used to be. Yeah, and actually English, Denise, is the only language, like I was saying, that puts our sentences together the way they do. Every other language is the way Spanish and French and all them put everything together. So yeah. Yep, but English is probably the hardest language to learn, besides maybe like Russian, I know is very difficult, and then like Japanese, Chinese, the Asian languages, those would be kind of difficult as well. But other than that, English is one of the hardest languages for people to come and learn. Mm-hmm. And we, I think, are notorious for having words that are spelled differently but sound the same. And that really trips all the other people learning English up. Because think about it, we've got two, and two, three different ways to spell two. They each mean something completely different. And when you say it, it's right, at least in that one. But the way you put it when you write it is where it matters. So then you get into some of these other things where it looks like it's said this way, but it's really said this way, but all the others are said this way. And all those little nuances that we've got, it is so hard. English has got to be impossible. And then we use, just like all the other languages, we have so much slang. And our slang even changes some of that up too. And it's like, oh my gosh, these poor people. And then you throw all of our accents in on top of it. So, you got your English accent, or your Eastern accent, and you've got your Southern accent, and then you've got different dialects of those. And oh my goodness, I don't know. Yeah. And then we've got things like that, like back home, we've got a town called, it's spelled Norfolk. So you would think it's Norfolk is how you would say it, but it's not. We say Norfolk. The L is an R. And we always know when somebody is, and I'm not from there, but from the state, and we always know that you are a foreigner if you say Norfolk. Where's Norfolk? And it's like, you mean Norfolk? So it's just so weird how that is. Trying to lay this pattern out, sorry. And I know my one over here is probably waiting on me. Almost done too. What color is left after that? Is it the white? Yeah, Norfu. Isn't that funny, Sandy? That is hilarious. That's true, Sandy. You guys do spell some things a little differently than we do. And I know England does the same thing. Because like, just for example, like the word color, we spell it C-O-L-O-R, and I think they spell C-O-L-O-U-R. Yep, that is it, Elia. That is it. Oh, and do you guys do that too, Sandy? Do you spell it that with the U's? Because, yeah, your favorite, you have the U in there, and we don't. And I don't know where the differences came in. I don't know which one's actually right and whether the other one is influenced by like language or something or culture or what, because yours may be right and ours may be wrong. I don't know. What color is that? I wonder if that's the white. All right, she still needs to be ironed, but here's my patch. So I'm excited to see how it comes out. Trim in here. So yeah, it was one of those strange ones where it just had one color and the rest of it was all just one applique, and then the rest is just all embroidery. So lots of color changes, let me tell you. Okay, Sandy, thanks for stopping. I'm glad you came by and hang out with us for a while. Hope you have a good evening. Thanks, Denise. Thanks, everybody. But yeah, this is, I'm excited. I think this is going to turn out the way I hoped. I did another patch yesterday. Remember the tote sew-along we did a couple weeks ago? And I did that big tote. Well, I wanted to embroider on it, and I didn't have time beforehand. So I'm going to do a patch to put on it. And I did the patch. Now I just have to cut it out and put it on. But this is the patch that's going to go on it. So it'll go on the side, and that's my initials. So now I just need to cut it out, and I probably will put the heavy duty heat and bond on, and then also price sew it, because with it being my bag, I want to make sure that it stays really well. And with all of this frill, I don't want to have to sew all that. So I want the heat and bond to definitely hold this part down. And then I figure I can sew around this part right here and sew it right onto the bag. So that was kind of another experiment to see how those come out. I'm kind of loving the patch thing just because of the single needle. And some of the stuff that I do with you guys, I need to go back and embellish. So I'm trying also patches to see if maybe I can't do that on some of them, and I might end up with something that looks really cool because of it too. So yeah. And I was going to do a towel on my Janome, and then I realized my screen is black and white, which is like the PE 770. And it's not fun to try and see what I'm trying to do on it. So I usually have to have my sample, like when you buy your embroidery design, you have like the color chart. I have to have that up on my computer while I'm doing that so I can keep going back and forth to know where it's at, because the screen is literally just like that big. And then when it's sewing, the part that it's sewing, it's like the size of a stamp. It's telling me, okay, we're on this is what I'm sewing, and it tells me each step what it's doing like all the others do, but it's the size of a postage stamp, and so it's really hard to see, and it's not as super clear because, like I said, it's 20 years old. So I literally have to have that pulled up. So I'm like, what step are we on? Where are we at now? That's another reason why I'm like, I love her, and she embroiders like a dream. I just wish that was a little better. Yes, and it might come up. So stitch it down. Absolutely, April. Yep. Totally. I know a multi-needle is going to change my life, Shane. I look at you guys do all of yours and I just drool, and I'm like, I'll get there. We got to replace the car first. That thing keeps telling me every day, hello, hello, I'm next. I'm like, I know. You are so next. Reminds me of the barber cartoon with Bugs Bunny when he was being the barber with Elmer Fudd. And Elmer was at the door and he's like, and you're next. Yes, you're next. Oh, you're so next. You are so next. And that's what I always keep thinking about my car. I'm like, yes, you're next. You're so next. It's just time to replace it. It's got 200,000 miles on it. And my transmission is starting to act up just a little bit. And she's 14 years old. So she's tired. That's all that's wrong with the car. Just tired. Time for her to go on. She's got somebody that wants her, and he's a mechanic. So he wants to buy her. And she's a beautiful car. And he can take care of her and keep her running for probably another 100,000 miles easily, because he can do all the work and it'll justify the money. I can't justify the money to keep putting into it, because it's right at that point where you put money into it and then you better drive it for about another 3 to 4 years to pay for it. And it's like, no. It's just, I'm on the road just enough. I'm not doing that. What is what, Leslie? Oh, my car. Yeah, it's just acting up a little bit. It's just time. It's old. She's old. She's tired. She's got a lot of miles on her. I might have talked about it Tuesday. I don't remember. Maybe not. But yeah, I've just gotta replace her. Yeah, it's just time. I know when you saw her, you probably didn't realize she's at that point, because yeah, body wise, she looks beautiful. She's just nothing. She does not look that old at all. But yeah, under the hood, she's still good, but she's starting to leak just a little bit of oil. So I'm sure there's some seals starting to go, all that stuff. So yeah, he was like, because I had my car in and got the axles replaced about a month ago. And the guy, I'd said something about, I just make it safe for the next 6 to 9 months, and then I'm probably going to replace her. And when he was done, he came over, and it was just a mom and pop shop. And he came over and sat by me, and he goes, so how much you want for the car? So I want to buy your car. And it's a little Volvo. And so they don't make my car anymore. And she's a gem. She's loaded, just loaded. And I bought her that way used. I picked her up as a deal and a half when I bought her. And I've had her 5 years now. And so the guy's like, "Can I keep your number? I want your car. I want your car." And I'm like, "I know you want my car. This is perfect." He goes, "Yeah, with me being the mechanic," he goes, "I can fix whatever's wrong with it fairly cheap." And I'm like, "Yeah, this is actually a win-win for both of us because you're going to get a really good car for a decent deal, but you're going to have to put some money into it." And he knows that because he looked at her all day. So I'm sure he already looked it over completely before he said anything. And he drove it a couple of times because he had to test it and everything. And so he knows what he's buying. And I know what I want for the car. And hopefully I'll get what I want because I don't want a ton. I just want to kind of get back what I put into it in repairs in this last year because they're new. Those repairs are really expensive repairs. And so if I can at least get that, he'll get a really good deal. I'll get a little money out of my car and be happy, and we'll both be happy. So, and then I'll be on to my next one. And hopefully a little less miles, but I'm not driving as much now as when I was commuting. So that really does help a lot. That commuting, man, I put 30,000 miles on my car every year. So, yep, it's seen its days and it's gotten me down the road. It did what it was supposed to do. I'm going to miss it though. I love that car. I don't want to trade her, but I have to. Not used to talking when I cut patterns out. I can't believe I'm still working on this. It's like, okay, almost 2.5 hours and I'm still working on this. Of course, it took me, an hour and a half to get her done, and she should have only been about 30 minutes. So okay, Anna, thank you. Thank you for joining. Don't fall asleep on your mobile. We will catch you next week, hopefully. Have a good evening. Gotta replace this blade, this cutter. Must have nicked something because I'll go through and still have to go back and recut a couple of areas. Oh, thanks for joining, Denise. Yeah, oh, I get that on that recliner. Mine would do the same. So I'm glad you came by. Thank you so much. See you maybe next Sunday. Oh, and next Sunday, everyone, it's a pillowcase. You don't want to miss that one. Okay, Sam, good night. Oh yeah, Sandy, you will. I know you will. And I made it through alive tonight without a real bad noise outside. We were talking last Tuesday. It was over on Cindy's live when Leslie was there. And Leslie had heard Cindy's noise, and then they'd heard my noise on Tuesday. So Cindy's was Friday night, and then they heard mine on Tuesday. And everybody was thinking the same thing. They were like, wow, what is it with you guys and your noises? It was really bizarre. So I made it through tonight without a bad one. I just had the kitties out there creating a little ruckus, but that's nothing. That's pretty normal. Sounds like my kids upstairs, the fuzzies, are starting to play again. I'm hearing every now and then this thump, 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 thump. It's about the right time of night for them to start doing that too. They always get amped up right before bed. I had the cutest little cuddle puddle the other morning. It was so hard to get up though. Oh my gosh. My one girl that I brought in from outside, she was tameable. And she's been inside now for about 6 months, and just taking it a little slow with her and letting her do her thing. And I woke up, she was right by me, all cuddled up with her brother, who she absolutely loves, and they always cuddle, and he gives her baths and stuff. But then they were cuddled with the dog, and I was like, I don't want to get up, and I have to get up, but look at this cuddle puddle. And they were all just purring as loud as they could purr. So it just did my heart good to see that she's starting to come around and grow up, if nothing else. Sometimes it's just the kittenness you got to get out of them. Mary posted a video. Mary Warzak, you posted a video, so I wonder if it's that unboxing for her husband. I bet it was. Oh, I gotta change this blade. This is really annoying. This is driving me insane. And I don't know where my new blades are, so. I know I've got some. Man, what a mess. There we go. All right, guys, it's 9 o'clock, and I probably need to start winding down myself and getting ready for work tomorrow. So It's been fun as always. And I need some more ideas on what you guys need to see sew-alongs, because like I said, I've got to get with Amber and Gabby. And I want to know what you guys want to learn. We all need to know. So otherwise, we'll get creative and we'll figure something out. But it's always fun if we know what you guys are looking for so we can help you get there. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. Thanks, Shayna, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening too on your birthday, okay? And I will see you guys next Sunday. All the things, Sandy. Yeah, text me on Discord, or shoot me an email on Instagram, a message on Instagram or something if you guys think of something after you get off. But seriously, we want to know, okay? So love you guys. I'm glad you hung out with me tonight. It always makes my Sunday night so special. So I'll see you guys soon, okay? Bye.